All right, here we are again. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, we already have two viewers here. Okay, so I guess I'll introduce it then. This is Watch Habs Hockey in Rob's Crazy House. In a second of a back to back, we have the Boston Bruins visiting the Montreal Canadiens. Still waiting for the feed to start. Um, on ESPN Plus is where I get my games. You join however you watch your games, and we'll talk some hockey. Interesting thing last night. After the game had ended and Montreal lost against, oh my God, I forgot already. Ottawa. Of course, it was Ottawa. 6-4 against Ottawa. Um, Tuned into the Arizona game. Things looked pretty bad. St. Louis was leading 4-1, and then Arizona mounts a comeback, scores 3 goals to tie the game, and they get a point. They didn't win in overtime, but they got the point, and that point means that they move into 31st place, and Montreal is now in last place. Notoriety going from Stanley Cup finalist to last place in the NHL. Not good. And I was looking at Boston's lineup, and the two players you have on top are the two players I have known for the last 12 years, Marchand and Bergeron. They've been with Boston since I last remember. Like, I remember them playing in 2011 and 2013, 14, I believe it was 2013. Yeah, these guys were, both of them have been playing in Boston that whole time. Montreal, I mean, I don't think they have Gallagher. They have Gallagher. He's been playing since that 2011 season when they faced them. Gallagher was on the team, and I'm looking, and Price. Yes, Price was on the team at the same time. Everybody else, not one of them. I mean, that's just when you look at that, that's amazing. They also have Pasternak. Was Pasternak? I believe he was on the team at the time. But at least their top two players have been on the team that whole time, those last 12 years. And it's no wonder they pretty much make the playoffs almost every single year, is because they don't wholesale change the team every time something goes bad. Just the fact that the top line of Montreal only has Gallagher left. It's no longer the top line either. I mean, you had Philip Deneau, who's having a great year, by the way, with Los Angeles. He has, I believe it's 26 goals, the highest goal scoring of his career. So the the joke has always been with Philip Deneau that he was holding the line back, but now it looks like maybe the line was holding Philip Deneau back. So yes, you have Philip Deneau. He's gone. Um, Thomas Tatar, who's part of the Stanley Cup team, although he didn't play that much in the finals. Actually, I think the last 2 rounds he didn't play that much. So he's gone too. So you lost two of your top line that you had going into the playoffs last year. I mean, you cannot win consistent. You cannot be a consistent team with so much turnover on your team. So I hope when they start building the team that they keep that in mind, that you want to have like 2, 3 players that you want to build the team around, like two, 3 forwards, a couple defensemen, and a goaltender that you want to build the team around. Um, anyway, that's my thought on that. So they're back in Montreal tonight. So yes, there's going to be another tribute to Guy Lafleur for Habs fans at home. He was basically a childhood hero of mine. Him and Steve Shutt. I grew up watching Stanley Cups. I thought Montreal never lost growing up between the ages of 6 and 10 until 1980 when they did lose. Basically, I don't remember much before that. I just remember them winning from 76 to 79. That was the start of my memories about hockey. Anyway, so yeah, they're doing a Guy chant here for Guy Lafleur. It was great watching him. Seemed to have well, it's basically 14 years plus he came back for after retirement, I believe in like 88 or 89 or something like that. Anyway, those were some of the memories I had. If you have any childhood memories of the Habs or any comments, don't feel free to post them. I'll try and get to them, especially when there's breaks and there's not anything going on in the action. So one thing I want to look at tonight, I'm going to look at players. Who am I noticing and who am I not noticing? So I remember last night, Hoffman had a terrible giveaway that led to the 6th goal. It sort of took the wind out of the sails of Montreal. But up until that point, I thought he was having a good game. I was noticing him out on the ice. He that 2-on-1, he passed it to Caulfield, a great pass, and Caulfield just whipped it into the basically empty net on a one-timer. So that was a great goal. And he was doing a lot of behind the back passes, and unfortunately, he did a behind the back pass that was kind of slow and picked off, and it goes down for the 6th goal on a shorthanded goal. That was the unfortunate thing. But at least, unlike other nights, I was noticing him. And as I was going through the broadcast last night, or broadcast stream last night, the one person I wasn't noticing was Josh Anderson, who seemed to be just invisible last night. And I actually focused on him a couple plays in the third period, and he just wasn't engaging. Like, he'd go into the corners, kind of not very forceful. Like, usually when he's on his game, he runs into the corner, bumps bodies, digs for the puck. He's usually like very good when he's on his game like that, but last night he wasn't. I was not impressed with Josh Anderson. So I think that top line, although they didn't have a ton of chances, they impressed me, which is strange because I didn't think Hoffman would be a good addition to that line. So we'll see if that Boston's going to be a different challenge tonight because they're a little bit harder on the puck, harder with sticks. So will Hoffman be the right person on that top line for them? You may see that switch up. See, Ottawa is a little bit more loose, although they are tough with their sticks on pucks, but not as heavy on the hits. And I think Boston's going to be a little bit heavier on the hits tonight. What other line? So we had, Pitlick had 2 goals last night. I checked at the end of the game. I forgot he got the first goal. So he had 2 goals last night. So, I mean, I think that line was doing very well. Gallagher had chances. I remember watching him. He was around it, sniffing around. He got quite a few shots, some in close, some, from the outside a little bit. But I thought that line was doing very well. And then the Evans and the Paling line, just kind of invisible, I thought. And now we lost everyone. Maybe people who are looking for the stream, which I cannot show because I don't have the rights to show it. Will Montreal win one more game this season? Well, one person seems to think yes. I'm telling you, they have 3 difficult opponents. First one's Boston. Let me check who the other. I knew this last night, but I don't remember it now. Let me go back. Rangers. Rangers is going to be tough. And then you have Florida, which is almost mission impossible. The closest Montreal got, I remember they played 2 games, recently. And the closest they got to beating Florida was they were within a goal. And the other game, Florida blew them out. So these are 3 tough teams they're going to be playing: Boston, Rangers, and Florida. And they're giving a nice tribute to Guy Lafleur right now. Holding the cup. Oh, those were great days. Guy Lafleur, we will miss you. You were a great one of the best. And of course, the too many men on the ice power play goal. You could forget that. Oh, this is bringing back some memories right now. I guess he was a smoker too, huh? That that can't you can't do that today in the today's game. Boy, the game back then was a much different game. Farewell, Guy Lafleur. You will be missed. As we give a moment of silence for Guy Lafleur. All right, so let's. I think it's just about over now. The tribute, yeah. So we do have some changes in today's lineup. Paling's out and Dauphin is in, and Weidman is out and Lagesson is in. And of course, since it's the second of a back-to-back, we have Montebo in nets instead of Price, which is not surprising. I don't think they want to push him a lot since these games don't mean anything. It's just conditioning mostly for him. Um, Good to just not test him out on these back-to-backs. Let him gradually ease his way into these games. They're highlighting. You got the light on Lafleur's number 10. (1971 to 1985), 14 years in the NHL. And then he returned, I think, for was it 1 or 2 more years? So he's 16 years in total. Okay, looking at Boston's lineup, I'm going to have to verify to make sure that these people are correct, but I guess the players to watch, of course, are DeBrusque, Marchand, Bergeron. That top line is going to be very difficult for Montreal to deal with. Marchand is the one. I mean, a player who is such a pest, but also so good at scoring goals and making plays. It just shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be an agitator and a great playmaker at the same time. You got Hall, Halla, and Pasternak. I assume these were earlier. I'm not sure if they made any changes. Frederick, Coyle, and Smith. Foligno, Nosek, and Lazar. That actually sounds like a pretty decent fourth line. So we'll see if they can, how Montreal's fourth line will stack up against them. Got Lindholm and McAvoy on D, Grzelcyk and Carlo, and Forbort and Clifton, with Swayman, I believe, is going to be playing nets. At least when I checked, it said that was confirmed. Oh, yes. Before we get the game start, let's talk about the odds for today's game. We have the money line odds, which aren't really surprising. Boston minus 300 and Montreal plus 240. And that is a difficult one because it is very likely Boston will win this game, but I don't know if I want to bet $300 just to make $100. The over-under is 6 goals, which is odd because to be under, it has to be 5 or less, and over is 7 or more. It's not, I find it odd because they usually put it at halfway in between two numbers, like 6.5. So in this case, over 6 goals plus 100, under 6 goals minus 120. Actually, the under is pretty good. 5 goals only. These don't tend to be high scoring games with Boston, unless Boston's scoring a lot, which is a possibility. So do you go under? My inclination is to go under. So let's say that I'll bet the 120 to make 100 going under 6 goals. See, if it was 6.5, that would be a no-brainer. I'm sure it would be a little bit higher though, the odds. The puck line, Boston minus 1.5. So Boston to win by 2 goals is minus 115. And Montreal to lose by a goal or win the game is minus 105. See, I think Boston, Montreal, I mean, sometimes it ends, with a big goal discrepancy, but a lot of times it's just a 1-goal game. I think I like Montreal minus 105. Actually, I take that back. It should be a plus, I think. Even Montreal losing by a goal, should that be a plus? Or even? Yeah. See, those two bets, yeah, so. I don't know if I'm not in love with them, let's say that. I'm not in love with Montreal losing by a goal or winning the game. And I'm not in love with the under. And I do believe Boston has a really good chance of winning this game, but the odds are just so much in their favor. It almost makes sense to take Montreal on a flyer if you just want to take, because I mean, what's that? 100 to make 240. So that's 2.4 to 1, 1 to 3 for Boston. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there's a 60-70% chance Boston wins this game. Or actually, it's more than that because it's 50-50 would be even odds. So to get those kind of odds. Who said there'd be math? So 3 to 1 and 1 to 2.4. Yeah, it's about a 80-90% chance of Boston winning. Those kind of odds. And I don't think the odds are always. I don't think in any game that a team has an 80 or 90% chance of winning a game. So if you want a flyer, I mean, you could make a lot of money if Montreal wins. So that might be a good bet. So there are my picks. I mean, that one would be a flyer. That would be like, your low odd bet. Just to, if you win, you make a lot of money, but you expect that you're probably not going to win. But I think if I wanted to make money, I choose the under and Montreal plus 1.5, $105 bet to make 100, and then $120 bet on the under to make 100. Anyway, they're still cheering Guy Lafleur. And why not? He deserves it. So Dallas won last night. The only playoff race left in the NHL, and we have 4 games left. Dallas played last night. They have 3 games left. They won, so they have 93 points. Vegas and Nashville, who did not play last night, is also at 93 points. Actually, maybe they did, and maybe they just had a game in hand. I will quickly check. Did they play last night? No, they did not. Okay, I was right the first time. Nashville did not play last night, has 93 points. So they're both tied now, but Nashville has the game in hand because they have 4 games left. And Vegas also has the game in hand. They're playing tonight. They have 89 points. They're trying to chase them down. So Vegas has to win tonight against they're playing San Jose at 10 p.m. They have to win. If they don't win, it's pretty much over. The teams will be set. And the other game of interest is Nashville, who has that game in hand. They're playing Minnesota. Minnesota, who's been playing well lately. So that's not an easy game for Nashville at 8 p.m. tonight. It's in Nashville. So that will be interesting. Vegas, they should be able to beat San Jose. Actually, where is San Jose in the standings? Here we are. Yeah, they should be able to beat San Jose, but in the NHL, any team can beat any other team on a given night. If Vegas loses, I would say it's over. With only 3 games left, you have to make up 4 points. That's way too tough. And of course, the 8 teams in the East have been decided like 20 games ago, I think. I'm of course exaggerating a little bit, but it's been a long time since not mathematically decided, but pretty much decided. They have the 10 on the ice via lights. The fans are chanting "Gee, gee, gee." See, I like the tribute, but I can't just sit here with dead air, not say anything. So we're 22 minutes in already. Although this is well deserved, like as I said, childhood hero. Okay, now they're gonna play the national anthems. So as I said, I will be looking. I remember those 3 goals last night that Ottawa scored in the span of a few minutes. I mean, the biggest thing that caused those goals was a breakdown in defensive zone coverage, and people were left open. I remember the first goal was a short angle shot that maybe Price should have had. The second goal. I remember third, fourth, and fifth. One was a pass shot that was just deflected in. Another one was a shot from roughly the top of the circle that beat Price. And the third one? Third one. Oh, yes. I believe that was the high deflection, or maybe that was the second goal. Was the high deflection. That might have been the second goal. But anyway, like players, Montreal guilty of not taking the players. And I should have been more attentive to see who was the guilty. I remember in one case, Rem Pitlick was the player closest, and he didn't tie up the stick or anything. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on that defensive zone breakdowns. I've been harping on the turnovers, but I think those 3 goals were not based on turnovers. They were basically lapses in defensive zone coverage by Montreal, and they can't. This Boston team will kill you on if you turn the puck over. Number 1, number 2, if you take too many penalties, they're going to destroy you on the power play, and number 3, if you have a breakdown in defensive zone coverage, they will eat you up. So they have to be a lot sharper tonight, and that's going to be both teams are on a back-to-back. That's the good thing. Both teams are on a back-to-back, but you cannot have those defensive zone lapses. You cannot turn the puck over. You cannot take penalties. This team will eat you alive if you do that. It's going to be a tough game for Montreal. Boston, 101 points. They're literally almost doubled Montreal's point total. They're 48, 25, and 5 with 101 points. Same number of games. Montreal's played one more game. And they have 20, 48, and 11 for 51 points. So just about double the Bruins. Have almost doubled the Habs in points, which is just an unbelievable thing to say. It's crazy. So we have the poll question up. We have 2 votes now. And 2 people are true believers, believing that Montreal can win one of these last 3 games. It's statistically possible, but when you're in a slump, it is hard to get out of. Like, Montreal has won 20 games this season. This will be the 80th. They've won 20 games. So that's about 1 in 4. Well, that is 1 in 4 if you have the 80th game. In 79 games, it's almost 1 in 4. They have 3 games left, so it's a good bet that they could win statistically one of these games. But they're in an 8-game losing streak, so that makes it a lot more difficult. When you've lost 8 in a row, your confidence is gone. You question yourself. Bad habits creep in. And it seems like that game to get out is so difficult. You seem to do the things that make you lose the games. And it's hard to find that way out. Ask any team that's been in a slump like that. I mean, when I was 16 years old, we had a team like that, a team that just couldn't seem to win a game. We went through 2/3 of the regular season. I think we had 1 or 2 wins. So I know it's incredibly difficult when you're losing to try and climb out of that hole. But when you do, then you start building your confidence back, and then you can start going on a run. We still have not started this game yet, people. We're at 7:27. The game was scheduled to start at 7 with a long tribute to Guy Lafleur. We have a really delayed start, but yep, Swayman's in net and Montembeault. We see them. Let's see their records. Swayman, 2.35 and a 916 save percentage. Whereas Montembeault has a 378 and an 891 save percentage. But with Montembeault not working a heavy load, he tends to be not decent in relief, but we'll see how he plays. It's when he started playing more games, I think, than he was used to. I think that's when he started having problems. But if he's just 1 or 2 games, I think he plays well. He's no Carey Price at his peak, but he can do the job, make the saves that you're supposed to make when he doesn't play like a heavy load. And he didn't play. I think Carey Price played the last 3 games, so he should be well rested. And we're just about to begin. Let's go. Yeah. Suzuki's line is out there to start the game, and here we go. Let's see how this game unfolds. And it is Hoffman with the top line. And they're starting a forecheck. Hoffman giving a little bit of a hit there. Edmondson trying to keep it in, but it goes outside. Now they try and put it back up ice again, but they turn it over in the neutral zone. All right, so let's watch and see which player impresses me and which player is invisible. So far, I mean, we just got underway. We just had a line change. You got Evans' line out there now. Oh, Well, that was almost a giveaway, but they come out. That was offside. So you have Evans, Gallagher, and Pitlick. That's not a change, right? Oh, it is a change. Evans with Gallagher and Pitlick. So I had him on the third line. Dvorak was supposed to be with Gallagher and Pitlick, but that's not the case. So we'll just do a little arrow change. So that's a change from last night. Let's see how this works out. Romanoff gets his stick on a pass, and they dump it right back in. Oh, it's icing. Okay. Well, that was a little unforced mistake. Not getting to the red line before you dump it in after Romanoff made a good play to get the puck. Oh, no. Okay. They made a mistake. So now they're going to have the face off at center. Okay. And now we have the Dvorak. This will be Dvorak, Perreault, and Anderson. Let's see if that's right. Yes. Lagesson, 4 assists in 30 games played with Oilers this season. It'd be interesting to see what he can do. I think they switched to. Is that not Pizzetta on that Dvorak line? Yeah, it is Pizzetta. Pizzetta is on the line with. We've got all kinds of changes going on here. Pizzetta's with the Dvorak line. Montembeault makes the save. All right, so the third line is now Pizzetta, Evans, and Anderson, which means it'll be Perreault, Dauphin, and Pitlick on the fourth line. I've been so focused on what the lines are for Montreal, I haven't really had a chance to see what Boston's doing yet. But nothing much has happened so far. We have almost 2 minutes gone. We got Dauphin's out there right now. So the fourth line is out. And yes, you have a fourth line for Boston too. Fourth line versus fourth line. And their fourth line is keeping pressure inside Montreal's zone. Oh, that's a bad pass, which led to a shot through traffic, but it got blocked. Okay, let's see what their fourth line can do. Oh, bounce off the board. So Tyler Pitlick almost got an opportunity, but now Romanoff is trying to. Is it Romanoff? Certainly, yeah, it is Romanoff. Certainly was checking right like Romanoff. Oh, right through the crease. Boston putting the pressure on. Oh, tip there. They're at the end of their shift. They need to get off. And Boston's going to change too. Who we got coming out? Montreal has control. They're taking it out of the zone. Hoffman almost lost control in his zone, but nobody near him, so that was okay. Got the top line out again, I guess. Hoffman lost it again. Oh, and you got numbers for Boston. So who's 17? 17, Foligno. Suzuki, Hoffman passing back and forth. But Bruins get possession. It's Lazar. Who's Lazar's on the. They haven't changed yet. Oh, McAvoy! Look at the move. Oh, That was almost a perfect shot pass. Just couldn't quite make contact. I think they said DeBrusque couldn't quite make contact. McAvoy again. Now you got the top line for Montreal's trapped out there, tired, and Boston's taking advantage. And now Suzuki's got it. He's going to have to get it out. Boston quickly up with it. Not many make changes. Oh, they turn it over. Montreal's got it. Oh, and they lost it. That was almost an opportunity, but not quite. Montreal in control now. So Boston's top line tried to take advantage of Montreal's top line being tired, but couldn't quite do it. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. Boston almost picked off and went in on a breakaway. That was close. You got A. Evans line out here now, which is now Gallagher and Pitlick is on that line with him. You know, these both teams seem to be playing a little sloppily right now. Passes aren't quite connecting for both of them. Here's Anderson carrying it in. Ooh, Romanov, but they had a rebound to work with. They couldn't connect. And now Boston has control and takes it out. And we have an offside call. Are they saying Montembeault made that save? Did he make that save? That was a good save if he made the save. 2-2 shots right now. Looks like although it's early, but when you only have 2 shots each in the first 6 minutes, this could be a very low-scoring game. Giveaway. Who did that? That was Pizzetta. Pizzetta turns it over at the Boston blue line and result. Oh, a wraparound attempt that all led from Pizzetta just blindly throwing the puck in the middle of the ice. Ooh, now there's Anderson. There's the Anderson I didn't see last night. Oh, we got a trip. I think it was Dauphin. Oh no, it's Edmondson. I was gonna say if it was Dauphin. You work so hard to get into a game and then you get a penalty, but it wasn't him, so he doesn't have to worry about that. It must be nerve-wracking when you're like on the bubble trying to get into these games, and when you get in, you just so badly don't want to make a mistake, which is the wrong way to play. That's the absolute wrong way to play. You should just play. Just play your game, and just whatever happens. That's the way you want to play. So Anderson put on a nice hit in the forecheck, and that's good to see because that's what you want Anderson to be doing. So that was I think that's one hit more than he had last night because I don't think I saw him hit anybody except after the whistle. So what was that? What was I saying before? Oh yeah, players coming into the lineup. So yeah, Dauphin coming in. It's tough. Like I said, it's tough being on that bubble. So now, Paling's on that bubble. He's out now. But you got to try. If you're a player like that, you just got to try not to let it get to you. Like just play. That's all you have to do. Let your skill and your effort take care of itself. Because if you start worrying about making mistakes, that's exactly what you're going to do. Okay, we're in our first commercial break. there hasn't been a whole lot of action. The best one was you had McAvoy, yeah, dangling out, shot pass, and you have look at him. It's like stuck his stick out, and the guy tripped over it. And now the one thing I said, the one thing you want to try and avoid. I mean, you're going to get your penalties, right? You're going to get a couple, probably one or two each game anyway. But this Boston is what ranked. They're not as high as I thought, 17th, but they are good. They can be good. Their guys can score, that's for sure. But Montreal clears. So let's go, boys. Let's see if you can kill this off. Romanov standing up. Who's that? 37? Who's 37? Bergeron. I should know that. Oh, here we go. 1-on-1. Montreal coming down the ice. Suzuki gets blocked. And now Boston has control, working it up the ice. Oh, Montreal gets control. Ooh, and just get it out. So far, so good. 1 minute down. And they haven't really generated any good scoring opportunities yet on their power play, Boston. I'm talking about. Montreal's been pressuring them. They haven't been able to set up. Now they're set up. Oh, cross ice pass. Who was that? Who was that? Oh, I didn't see. And they took the camera off him. Oh, it was Evans. Evans with a nice shot. Ooh, that was a good test. He didn't stop it cleanly, Swayman, but he stopped it. And Montreal. So Boston was only set up for about 10 seconds, and the penalty's over in the zone. And the dangerous part, they tried a cross seam pass, but Evans picked it off. So that was good. And I think that was the only shot they had. Came right at the end of the penalty, but it was stopped by Montembeault. So back to full strength. Montreal kills it off. That's good. Long shot on Montembeault. No problem. No traffic. Lazar puts a hit on, I believe it was Dauphin. Yep. Oh. Giveaway. Who's 26? Who is 26? I don't have a 26 for. I mean, somebody got substituted in at the last minute. But Boston in the zone again. Oh, Romanov almost deflected it in his own net. Fortunately, it went wide. Okay, changing it up with control. Ooh, Gallagher, be careful. He's got two on him. Oh. Marchand with the chance. After the puck was bouncing around with Gallagher and who's the defenseman? Let's see it here. Was it Romanov? Yeah. Romanov kicks it up, tries to kick it up to a stick, but a little bit too far. It bounces right to Marchand. Of course, the wrong person you want. Right in the slot with the puck. McAvoy coming in again. He's looking good. You know, somebody's got to put a hit on him. Bergeron, yeah, good luck moving him. Well, Petrie knocked him off, though. Pitlick trying to win the race. Now Montreal in the zone trying to dig the puck out, but Boston comes away with it. So the shots, which that were 2-2 a while ago, are now 8-3 Boston. Ooh, that was dangerous. Oh, can't turn it over your blue line, but they did get it out. Dvorak, gets it to the side, but Swayman covers up. Big battle in front. Foligno and Anderson. Oh, two heavyweights going at it. That's what you like to see. No, Forbert. Sorry, not Foligno. 20 versus 28. Very close. Oh, no, Foligno 17. Who's 20? Lazar, right. I'll get it. And Forbert's a big guy, too. You can just tell by the size of them, both of them going at it. Good to see Anderson engaged. I like that. And we're in commercial break again. So far, nothing. You're watch Habs hockey in Rob's crazy house. Boston took a little momentum from that power play and have run up the shots against Montreal. Had a couple of opportunities, but nothing. The most dangerous one was the McAvoy shot pass, and I don't know if it missed the net or if Montembeault made the save. So if anyone saw it more clearly than I did, maybe they could tell me. It was hard to tell from the angle I saw if it just went wide or if it actually hit his pad. If he made the save, awesome save. Best chance. And the Marchand, but he shot it right into Montembeault. Montembeault, good positional save off Marchand, who got the puck on a turnover wide open in front of the net. Those were probably the two best chances. You had Evans, who did take a pretty decent shot. I've been impressed with Evans' shot. He can really let it fly. It hit the glove of Swayman. He couldn't play it cleanly. So it had a chance. But he was walking in, and Swayman, like, it wasn't like a cross ice pass or anything where Swayman had to move. He was like just following him in, but it was a decent shot. Oh, here's they're showing it again. Did he? Yes. Oh, he did make the save. What a save, Montembeault. That was 74 DeBrusque. Yes, DeBrusque with the chance from a McAvoy pass. And Montembeault made an excellent save. Thanks for breaking it down so I could see it. Number one line for Montreal out right now. The Suzuki line. They've been kind of quiet this period. But, shot from the point. But with no traffic in front, that will, even though it was a one-timer, it's always an easy save. You got to get some traffic, maybe some deflection, but at least take away some of the vision. Ooh, Carlo. All of a sudden, it would seem to be like a 3-on-2 down low. I want to see this play. How'd this play? Yeah, somehow I don't know how they got numbers down. Like, they dangled it around the blue line. No Montreal player could get to it. Wow, he just tripped over his own feet, didn't he? Carlo. He was trying to take the shot, and it was like his feet fell out from under him. I don't know what happened there. It's kind of funny. 9-4 shots for Boston. Ooh, we have 4-on-4. There were penalties. Interesting. I think this favors Boston for sure. Oh, they're testing Montembeault, and he's been up to the challenge. Gresslick. Montembeault with the glove. I mean, I think they're just testing him to see if he's soft tonight. But he's been He's been decently sharp. I mean, that that save on DeBrusque was a great save, and that glove save is just one he should have. But I'm sure Boston wants to try to make sure that he's not off his game. Oh, Montreal's really standing around now. Oh, Evans. But he's able to get the puck back. Ooh, nice move by Evans there. Oh, but they get it back though. Hoffman with the now Hoffman's on the Evans line. Oh, because it's 4-on-4. What am I saying? Hoffman again. He couldn't get the shot. There's a Boston player on him. Got Romanov with the puck. Oh, Hoffman, good anticipation there. But he tried to go do a seam pass and got picked off by Boston. Not a bad idea. I mean, you have Montreal defensemen back, so it wasn't like it was going to lead to an odd man rush or anything. But if he gets it through, it's a great chance. Ooh, turned over. Was that Marchand who turned it over? Yes, it was. Bergeron swinging around. Yes, these guys are good, but they're going off. 7 minutes left. 10-5. The shot. Ooh, be careful in front of your own net. Oh, 2 saves by Montembeault. Some good moves. 17. That was Foligno? Wow. There were some good moves there. But now Montreal has control. Harris moves it into the corner. Who do we got out? Pizzetta. Anderson. No, they put it out of play. 12-5 now. Yeah, those 2 shots. And Montembeault made a save on. So it was Foligno dangling around. Who was on defense there? Petrie. Boy, he just undressed him right there. Wow. Look at this. 1 time, 2 times. Petrie's just having a tough time tracking Foligno, and he gets a great chance. But Montembeault made the save. All right, you have Pitlick, Perreault, and I assume Dauphin, who got kicked out. But Montreal comes up with the puck. Romanov and Savard on the point. And Boston picks it up. Who's 32 for Boston? Montreal trying to forecheck, but Boston's able to carry it out. A little behind the back pass there, but it worked. We got a shot, but it was a pretty easy save from Montembeault. Oh, Tyler Pitlick picks it off, puts it in the zone. Dauphin winds up and shoots. Pretty easy save. But they get a face-off in the zone. Now they can bring some fresh legs out. Since it's Dauphin's line, I assume they're going to put the Suzuki line out as we go into commercial break. Okay, so we're almost closing in on nearing the end of the first period, and so far it's 0-0. No matter what the shots say, Boston had their 1 chance on the power play, which really only had about 10 seconds of zone setup time and a shot right at the end. But from that power play, they took the momentum, and they've pretty much controlled the game since. But credit, well, they've had a couple of good opportunities. Montembeault's been sharp. That helps when you're not letting in a bunch of goals. So Montembeau's been sharp. They've had a few chances, but I mean, Foligno's chance was pretty good. You have Marchand right in front of the net, but he shot it right into Montembeau. And then the shot passed by McAvoy. That was probably the best opportunity, I would think. Montembeau came across and made the save. So those three opportunities were the real big opportunities for them. For Montreal, yeah, I think the best opportunity was the Evans shot, which I mean, he was coming straight down the side, and he just shot it, but it was a great shot and almost handcuffed Swayman. Here we go. Oh, they're showing this again. Can't get enough of that. The too many men against Boston game with Lafleur scoring on the power play. And then, of course, they win that game in overtime. After Boston takes a shot, but sails it wide. Yeah, I was right. They had the Suzuki line, but Boston won the draw. Montembeau makes another save. 14 saves now for Montembeau. But again, these are not challenging. If anything, they're probably building his confidence. He's seeing a lot of rubber. He's feeling good. It's probably the opposite of what Boston wanted to do. Ooh, look, all the tens. Ooh, it's probably some of the people he played hockey with. 5:13 left in the first period. Just about to have a face-off here. Montreal wins the draw. Good. Oh, Bergeron takes it after a bad pass. Ooh, nice check by Petrie. Oh, but nah. 2 saves, but he couldn't make the third save. It's now 1-0 Boston. They had trouble. Who was it? Suzuki was trying to pass to Petrie and missed him. And Petrie couldn't recover the puck. Made a great check on Bergeron. No, Marchand, sorry. But it goes out in front. There's one shot, and the rebound goes in. Bergeron. Wasn't Bergeron? Yeah, Bergeron put it in. It bounces right to him, and Bergeron gets the goal, and it's 1-0 Boston. That just reminds me to get my goal horn up. I do believe I might have an opportunity to hear it. I hope. Wait, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Okay, back to the game then. We'll worry about that later, maybe in the intermission. So what was that? Puck out of play? So the puck comes out from behind the net, gets in front. The Boston player would have been Marchand was behind the net. It would have been DeBrusque. Takes the shot, goes off Montembeau's pads, and Bergeron, with Montreal players all around him, is able to find the puck and put it in. Remember when I said when you don't have defensive zone coverage, Boston will eat you up. Well, there's the first goal from a lack of defensive zone coverage. They didn't even. Oh, good stick by who's 88 Perot. Makes a good play to keep Boston from getting another opportunity. So the defenseman for Montreal is trying to move back with the puck and gets a little hook, and it causes him to fall down. No call, even though it resulted in a turnover. Those are the penalties. You really, no matter what, you have to call those. And he does a little hook on him and causes him to lose balance. And then the puck gets turned over in Montreal's zone, and that gives Boston an opportunity. You got to call those penalties. And they didn't. I don't mind a lot of the other stuff that goes on behind the play. Little hooks, little slashes and stuff. It's all part of the game. But when you take a penalty and cause a turnover, or not take a penalty, when you commit an infraction and it causes a turnover, the refs have got to call that. And I think it was just enough of a hook. It was a little hook, grant you. It wasn't much, but it caused the turnover, and that's what you can't have happen. But nothing bad came of it. We have 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes left. So Montreal working it out of their zone. You have Suzuki, Hoffman, and Caulfield. He takes a shot, but it's wide. Going down low. Savard walks right in from pass from Suzuki. Here's Savard again. Caulfield dangling around. Ooh, Savard, another shot. Hoffman now with it. Now they're putting the pressure on. Oh, turnover. Hoffman. Not Hoffman. Oh, and he takes a penalty. I thought he got away with it. What was it, holding? Oh, penalty shot. I didn't think he was in the clear. Wow. Oh, wow. First of all, he's not in the clear. Hoffman's right there with him. And then it just really brought it wasn't like this motion. He just brought his stick down like that. I don't even know if that's a slash, to tell you the honest truth. Oh, are they gonna let what? That can't be. He overskated it. He can't. No way. Come on. You can't do. He touched the puck. This. Oh no, he didn't touch the puck. Oh, this just breaks you, right? First of all, the penalty shot call. If you call it a penalty, I think it's iffy, especially where they got away with one before on a turnover, on a infraction that caused a change in possession. They let that one go, and this one was borderline. Borderline. Okay, if you're going to make the call, fine, but he wasn't in the clear. It's not a penalty shot. And then this, I think they're going to look closely to make sure he didn't touch it. The puck didn't move. It didn't look like he touched it. But this sucks. This sucks so bad if you're Montreal. This is what I'm saying. When you're in that losing funk, it just seems like everything goes against you. And it's a good goal. Wow. I mean, unbelievable. A penalty shot that should never have been a penalty shot. And then that's offside, yeah. Well, they got one call, right? So Montreal doesn't get a call their way on a change of possession infraction. They get called for a penalty, which didn't look much like a penalty. But not only that, they get called on a penalty shot when the guy wasn't in the clear. 3 calls. But they did get on the penalty shot, they did get the call right. I thought he had touched the puck, but he didn't. And now we have a 2-0 game on all that. Oh, good. We have more answers here in the poll. Will Montreal probably after seeing what went down here in the last couple of minutes, we now have a no answer. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Florida is definitely going to be tough. Rangers might be their only chance. But if anything, this team has shown that they can be resilient. Oh, that's just the battle, I guess. Wow. I mean, looked like he was definitely holding him. Marchand the agitator gets Petrie. But I think you'll take that trade. Get the two of them off the ice. Marchand's gloves are off, but I don't know if they fought. Were they going to get called for fighting? You'll take that trade, Petrie for Marchand. Get a little bit of bad blood going now. That's it. Good hit by Petrie. So Marchand is the only one who's going to get a penalty out of this for roughing. Awesome. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Montreal to the power play with 1:08 remaining. At least ref probably felt bad for the call he made. It's one of those things where, after you make the call, maybe they should allow the ref some leverage and say, let me just check and make sure I made the right call. Let me just go take a little quick peek at the video. I don't know if I made the right call. Let me just double check that. They should allow them that. Of course, the refs are probably so cocky they wouldn't do that. Wouldn't admit they're wrong. Montreal's all set up. Passing it around, going around the horn. You have 45 seconds left. Caulfield has it. I need somebody all over him. Out of play. Deflected from a point shot. Crazy period. Crazy period. The stat that gets me is that these penalties that span between periods are actually less successful than a penalty in the middle of a period. And the stats don't lie. Because do what they always say, fresh sheet of ice. Ooh, great shot. Was that Petrie? Great shot. Yeah, it was Petrie. Not for long. 20 seconds left and a shot down the ice. Gotta hurry up. Try and get one more chance here. Hoffman, nice pass. That is cleared. And that will pretty much do it. 2 seconds, 1. Frederick now going after Petrie. Oh, Frederick's taking a misconduct penalty. Boston's they didn't really like that hit, Peach. It was a good open ice hit. Maybe they thought it was a little late. I thought myself when I first saw it, might have been a touch late. Oh, he gets a penalty too. Montreal will have a 5-on-3 to start the second period, third period. So they're going to have a 5-on-3 to start the second period. So a good chance now to really get back into this game. All right, so let's end this poll. Will Montreal win one more game this season? This game is looking good right now. Maybe this one will be the one. They can come back from a 2-goal deficit. Let's end that poll. All right. So let's talk about players I noticed, players I was mentioning. So I I was mentioning Hoffman's name a lot. I will admit that. Unfortunately, one of the plays was a giveaway by Hoffman, which resulted in the penalty shot, which I still don't agree with. But I mean, you gotta. His play has been good, but you have that one bad play, which negates all the good he did that period. That line he was dancing around a little bit, just, but when you have that one bad play and it results in a goal, even though I don't really agree with how the goal happened, but it was a goal in the end. That's 2 straight games where, they are still in the game. He just has a bad turnover and it results in a goal. How do you rate his play from that point? I gotta say that I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, because in my mind it wasn't a penalty. I don't think that was a penalty. I don't think it was a penalty, and it definitely wasn't a penalty shot. Because if Hoffman is on his, it wasn't like the guy was in front of him and he reached out with his stick and slashed. He was right there with him when he knocked the stick out of his hand. You can call that slashing, but there's no way he was in the clear. Hoffman was right there with him. I just don't see that. That definitely shouldn't have been called a penalty shot. It should have been it shouldn't have been a penalty, but it's questionable. It could be a penalty. It might not be a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty because he didn't two-hand it. He just put his weight on his stick. And I think in that case, the guy's responsible for holding onto his stick. He should, just because a guy leans on your stick, that's not slashing. So that's my opinion. No, you can share your opinions with me if you feel like it. Uh, but all around, that was just not a good play. And then Petrie, but the good news is Petrie does an open ice hit, and Marchand goes right after him, gloves off and everything. Petrie doesn't do anything, so that results in a roughing minor. And then who was it? Number 11, Frederick goes after Petrie again, and he draws a penalty. Petrie draws another penalty, so Montreal gets an opportunity on the 5-on-3. So okay, so we did Hoffman. Okay, the other players I have noticed, Gallagher's talking here. Speaking of players, I really didn't notice that period. He was one of them. Evans, yeah, he had that shot. I had noticed him a little bit. It was Evans with Gallagher and Pitlick. I have noticed a couple of hits that Anderson made, so I think he's into the game, which is good. That's what you want Anderson to do. Dauphin has also been physically involved. Savard has been dancing around, I noticed. And that Romanoff has been engaged physically. Players I haven't noticed. Okay. I haven't really noticed Dvorak, even though I noticed Anderson. That line really hasn't done, even though Anderson has been in on the forecheck a couple times, that line really hasn't done much, I don't believe. Um, I had seen Tyler Pitlick a couple times pick off passes. That was good. Dauphin, as I said, was physical. Perot, he picked he recovered from a Montreal turnover that could have led to a scoring opportunity. So that was good on him. Montembeault has definitely been noticeable, even though it's 2-0 Boston. The first goal he had no chance on, and the second goal was a penalty. So if anyone hasn't seen this, I mean, I'm sure it'll be all over Twitter soon. First, the call shouldn't have been a call, but if you watch the penalty shot, uh, who who was it again? Who was it again? Yeah, they're going over it right now. Oh my! And then he missed. Who is it? 56. Holland. Yeah, he overskates the puck, but he didn't touch it. That was the important thing. Whiffs on it right there, but he didn't touch it. As long as he didn't touch the puck, it's okay. And then I think that kind of, I mean, it's a great shot between the glove and the pad. You, you can't fault it. It shouldn't have been a penalty shot. It shouldn't have, questionable as to whether it should have been a penalty. I don't think so, but it definitely shouldn't have been a penalty shot. And then to whiff on the puck when you're going to take the penalty shot. Wow. All right. So 2-0 Boston. In the intermission, I want to talk now about, and this will be my second poll question. So let me get that up there. Should Montreal pick up a high ranking free agent summer? All right. So that will be my question because I want to talk about the free agent market. So I did some research. I wanted to see who are the top free agents. You have one here, Bergeron, 36 years old, center for Boston. Johnny Gaudreau is an interesting one, left wing, 28 years old. My idea, I don't think you want to go old. So if you can pick up a really talented player who's got some years left in him, maybe that's not such a bad play. I don't think Gaudreau should be one of them just because you have Caulfield, who's small. I think what you want is somebody bigger. So Malkin's another UFA, but kind of old, 35. As I said, I don't think you want to go old. Hurdle's an interesting choice at 28 years old. He's a center. Another one I was looking at was Forsberg, 27. This one, he's big. He's got a good shot. This is one maybe you want to try and go for in the free agent market. Pick up a free agent to help your team, help your team offensively. Now the question is, they seem to have been pretty good offensively in the last little while. Do they need help more offensively or defensively? And I think maybe that will be the question I will pose in the second intermission. Where does Montreal need help? Do they need help more on the offensive side, or do they need help on the defensive side? Or maybe they pick up two free agents, one on the offense and one on the defense, because Klingberg was one of the defensemen, 29 years old. Letang, 35. I think I would avoid that. Who else is on D? Lindholm, who plays for Boston. 28 years old. I think that might be a pretty good choice. And you also have, I'm not sure if you get him back though. Oh God, forget his name again. What is wrong with my memory? He leaves the team and I forget all about him. They traded him right near the trade deadline. Begins with a C. I should know. Why can't I remember? Oh, I'm just gonna have to look it up. There's how can I forget? It's so annoying. I wonder they must still have stats for him. No, I'm gonna have to go to Florida to figure it out. All right. Why do I always forget? Sherratt. And so as I was about to look it up, Sherratt, yes, they could still get Sherratt in the free agent market. They could get him back. But as I said before, once he went down to Florida, I don't think you're going to see him back. He might be one that's tough. It's going to be tough to get a lot of these players. One of the things, I was saying, they could go after Lindholm, right? One of the things is Montreal and Boston don't traditionally do trades to get with each other, so that's going to be a tough one. But I like Forsberg. If I was Montreal, I'd go after Forsberg. I think probably the one person you could go after in the free agent. I do think you need, maybe you can convince Sherratt to come back. If he could, he'd be a good addition. He'd be a good man to get back. Who else is on D? I mean, Klingberg is good, really good. So that would be a good guy you could get. I do think they need another really good defenseman. And then there's the cost. What is it going to cost you to bring in some free agents? Or should they just avoid the free agent market altogether and just rebuild and try and get your players through draft picks and development? It's an interesting question. I do think it doesn't hurt to bring in some players to make your team more competitive right off the bat while you're developing your young talent. And they can contribute a lot too because, somebody like a Forsberg can help like a lot of the Suzukis and the Caulfields and the Evans. You can teach them a lot. And then for the D, I mean, you do have like Petrie and Edmondson who are, seasoned. But never hurts to get another point of view. I mean, if that you want to just really help your younger players develop, and you need some really good talent to do that. So that is why I would lean towards picking up some UFAs. But no doubt it's going to be a tough market. I'm sure a lot of teams wouldn't mind picking up some of these free agents, including the team that they're currently on. Like Bergeron, I can't imagine that he would leave Boston. Maybe he does, or maybe he just retires. I don't know, but I just don't. He's been in Boston, I think, his entire career. If not, it's been most of his career. Gaudreau, I can't see Calgary just letting him go. They must. I mean, that line has just been lights out good, right? How could you get? I was gonna say, how could you give up one of your top players into the free agent market? And guess what? That is exactly what Montreal did over the summer, last summer. Give up Philip Deneau for not just let him go. Just a take it or leave it offer. Good for Deneau. He decided to try other opportunities, and he's having the best year in his career. And guess what? Los Angeles is going to make the playoffs. See, there's something called winners. He seems to be a winner. Like he likes to win at every level. He just I know it's a team sport, so a lot of it depends on your teammates, but you you're in a you're just the type of person who's just so animate about winning. It's contagious. Those are the types of players you need to lead your team while you're transitioning to make them more competitive. I don't see Montreal, no matter what they do, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next year. But if they do make a couple of moves in the free agent market, develop more of the young talent, I think they'll have, maybe a 70, 80-point season next year. Get some draft picks over the summer. You start bringing up some more talent. You got some people in your system, your farm system that look pretty good. And at some point, they're going to come up. And I think Montreal is going to be a better team when it happens, but I still think you're a few years off yet. So, give me your thoughts on whether you think they should get some players in the free agent market this summer. I think it's going to be interesting once that market opens up. I'm going to be interested to see what happens to some of these players because some of them I just can't see moving. Some of them will. It'll be interesting. All right. So now that it seems like everyone's taking a break. So I think this will be a time. Actually, you know what? I am going to make a sign because people have to know that So Rob is taking a break. Oh, we're all about the high tech here. Where can I put this? All right. Trying to see how I could do this. I'll just. Can I set it up like this? Oh, that's not bad. But the camera can't hit it. Nope, that's not working either. Everything's a test here. If I could just hold this somehow higher. Let's try something here. I'm going to be taking a break. Hold on 1 second. I hope you can read that. There we go. Okay. It had to be a short break. I'm back. All right. I'm back. I had to make it a very short break. Where'd my sheet go? There it is. And we are back for the second period. It's 2-man advantage for 48 seconds. Let's go, Habs. Take advantage of this situation. They are able to bring it in with control. Boston trying to pressure with only 3 men. So if they do that, you can try and take advantage of it. Need more motion. Hoffman was going for the one-timer, but thought better of it. You have 15 seconds left. Try and generate something. Oh, Suzuki shot pass, tried for the tip. 5 seconds left. Canadiens still have it. Oh, one penalty over. Another tip. Didn't work. Now Boston's going to clear. They passed it around, but they weren't able to generate. They weren't able to generate a good scoring chance, except right at the end where Suzuki tried the shot pass, but they couldn't tip it. And now we still have 39 seconds left on the power play. And now they have control in the zone. That was deflected. Petrie shot. Oh, Suzuki just gave it up. But Petrie has it. They still have it, trying to get set up. 17 seconds left. Anderson, yes! On the backhand. Shot in by Petrie. There was another player there who tried to deflect it, but Anderson picked it up on the rebound and buried it. And it's 2-1. This game isn't over, but I don't have my horn. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I had it ready for the game. I think somebody was playing with my phone. I can't find it. It's not there. Maybe here? Nope, not there. Here? What? Oh, maybe I did it here. Nope. I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, can't play around with it. No horn today. My horn is gone. And now Montreal's trying to build some momentum off that goal. Power play goal. Not centered to a Boston player. No Montreal player in front. Icing on Boston. All right, so I got to find my horn. Let's just we'll just look for it. Goal horn. Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, that was close. Oh, Petrie letting one go again. Petrie's been, although part of it was on the power play, but he's been putting the puck in play. And Boston's going to take it out of the zone. It's in Montreal zone. They get it out. Oh, I couldn't control it. Now it's like 3-on-2 Boston, but the puck shot the puck wide. And Montreal clears. Just going to try and find that. What the heck did I just do? No, I'm going to wait for a commercial break for that because I don't want to miss the action here. Montreal taking it. Okay, now Anderson. No, I thought it was a breakaway. Oh. So it was basically a 2-on-2, but somehow Boston was able to generate it like it was a 2-on-1. Caulfield just couldn't. Let's see. Yeah, is Caulfield trying to back check? He just couldn't catch up to who's that? DeBrusque? Nosek? Who's that? Holla. 2 goals, Holla. Bad coverage, Caulfield. But it was a turnover that started the whole thing. So what was they were within a goal, is now a 2-goal lead once again for Boston. All right, so let's reset. We got the Suzuki line out. Montreal just struggling to generate anything in the offense. You'd think that goal would have really maybe changed the momentum, but they're just having an extremely hard time getting anything in Boston's zone. And Boston takes a shot. He's simple shot, but generates a rebound, and there's lots of traffic in front. Oh, that's a penalty. What is that signal? What is that? He was doing this. What is that? Interference. Embellishment? Oh, I don't know about that. He's trying to get around him. Okay, you tell me. Is this embellishment? He's trying to get around. Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah, it was a little bit of an embellishment. Romanov took the shot in where? In his rib area? So I guess we get a little 4-on-4 action here. So who do we have on the 4-on-4? Petrie, it must be Petrie and Edmondson. And then who else? Who's on the forward side? Anderson and Pitlick. And they're in the zone forechecking right now. Anderson gets the puck. He's all by himself. He goes right in front. And he gets hauled down, and that's a tripping penalty. No doubt about that one. Good moves by Anderson. Oh, yeah. Stick right on his skate blade and took the feet right out from under him. Who's that? Marchand trying to stir up a little bit of trying to get going after Petrie again. Petrie, if you missed it, it was an open ice hit in the first period. And they have been trying to get back at him ever since. Hold on 1 second. Yes. That's the crazy part of my house. I get asked questions while I'm on while I'm doing a stream. Now Montreal on the power play. Let's go. Suzuki in the bumper position. Are they doing 5? Oh, they are doing 5. Oh no, it's a 4-on-3. That's why. Oh, just coffee. Who's Pitlick there? Pitlick has it now. They still have control with 4-on-3 for 48 seconds. And it's all forwards. And they're moving it around. This is good. Oh, nice block by but Montreal keeps control, and one of them doesn't have a stick. Oh, oh, oh! The puck hits the stick. That was broken. Montreal comes back in. Caulfield with it, trying to. Caulfield with a shot, but what he really need, I think, what he really needs to. I mean, he's done a few one-timers, and now it's down the ice with 30 seconds left. So the 4-on-3 is over. Here comes Anderson. Gallagher all over. They're just all over this power play, but they can't put the puck in. Oh, that was so close. And it goes out. Great power play. Lots of looks. Just couldn't put it in. I mean, they were all over it. Now Montreal keeps it in the zone. Oh, little sharp bounce off the board. That almost gave Swayman some trouble. And they get the puck back. Turnover by Boston at their line. Now it's going down the ice. All right, we have a scrum and we have Hall down, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I didn't see what happened. It was probably behind the play. And we're in a commercial break. So let's. All right, we have one vote on the poll. Should Montreal pick up a high-ranking free agent this summer? Yes. One vote, no, 0 votes. And I tend to agree with that. At least one. Get somebody really good to help develop the younger kids into much better players. Well, that was a very exciting power play, to say the least. Just buzzing all around. You had Anderson with some looks, Gallagher with some looks. Pitlick just, he had the puck, but he couldn't. He had it. He was basically facing the other way, facing away from the net, and he was trying to get the puck up so that he could get a shot, but he just couldn't do it. So those were 3 good opportunities right there. They just couldn't. They were all over it. I mean, hopefully they continue. Hopefully this generates some momentum. Anderson's that impressed me a little more this period. He's been noticeable, which is a good thing when you're noticeable, especially in the offensive zone. It's getting in this game is getting chippy too. There's definitely feels like rivalry here tonight. There's Anderson with his chance. Puts it on his backhand. What did he do? Oh no, that was his goal. Yeah, I guess that was a good opportunity because he scored. I thought it was his other opportunity on the power play. And we're back in action. It's in the Montreal zone, and they just turned it over. And Boston trying to forecheck and get the puck. This is one thing they're really good at. Getting pucks, picking up pucks, digging pucks out. One of the reasons they're going to the playoffs. And they're talented at putting the puck in the net. Still can't get it out. Boston still has control. Montembeault just... Here we go again. Another scrum after the whistle. Boy, it's not bad having back-to-back games being both rivalry games. It just gets you so into the game. There's nothing wrong with that hit except it squeezed him. That's how Hall got a little hurt on that play. There's nothing wrong with that hit, though. Hall just didn't... He got kind of sandwiched as he went into the boards. He needs to take that hit a little bit more on his front side rather than getting his shoulder sandwiched like that. Yeah, Caulfield didn't see Suzuki there, who was wide open. All alone in this Boston end. Ooh, bodies flying everywhere. And Montreal gets the puck out of the zone. Caulfield loves it in. But back out again. Shots are a lot more even now, 20-16. That power play must have generated a lot of shots. And now Montreal has it. Senator. Oh, what's that? Pitlick, Anderson, and Gallagher? Or no, Pitlick, Evans, and Gallagher. (71-17) got mixed up. It's 71 Evans, not 17 Anderson. Montreal's been sniffing, trying to get some. There's Pitlick in there again, forechecking. But Boston has control, but Pitlick's still on the puck. Boston is good at digging the pucks out. And now they're back in Montreal zone. Shot. Oh, second shot, but Montembeault had it was from a sharp angle, and Montembeault had the entire side covered. Montreal clears it in Boston zone, and they won't get there in time to forecheck. Boston has it. In the neutral zone, they get it back into Boston's end. This game just went up a notch. That was kept in. Another turnover at the blue line. Oh, wraparound. Didn't work. All that from the turnover at the blue line. I mean, good job on Boston to keep that puck in. Oh, they're coming with numbers. Ooh, there's some heavy hitting going on now. And it's out of the zone. But they didn't exit with control, and now it's right back in. And Boston has it again. Boston picks it up off the boards. Ooh, through the crease. Trying to hit somebody on a seam. Oh, they tried it again. Tried 2 seam passes there. Oh, giveaway to Anderson. But he ran right into the Boston player with the puck, and nothing happened. Now they're coming in the zone with control to Anderson. Oh, that almost deflected off their own player into the net, but it went wide. Petrie took a more like a shot into traffic to try and see if it could generate a deflection or screen the goalie. It wasn't much of a shot and it was easily blocked. Bouncing puck in the corner. Down in Montreal's zone. Boston has it. Oh, great save, Montembeault. From the corner out into the relatively high slot. There's a shot, and he took it right off the shoulder. Montembeault saves another one. Boston's been buzzing here. Right after Montreal's power play. We went for a commercial break, and it's pretty much been all Boston since then. All right, we're in a commercial break now. So 3-1 Boston. Watch Habs hockey in Rob's crazy house. So Montreal had that 5-on-3 at the beginning of the period. They were able to generate a goal. Josh Anderson scores, and it's 2-1, right? After I'm gonna harp on that penalty shot goal. That should never have been, but let it go. It was 2-1. You're within a goal. And then after that, Boston Holla again scores his second of the game on a 2-on-2 that became a 2-on-1 because Holla was a little faster than Caulfield at getting into the zone. And he receives the pass and buries it. And that's where we stand, 3-1. It's really been Boston just taking advantage of their opportunities. Although Montembeault has made, I would say, about 4 or 5 decent saves. Especially that last one, that shot hit his shoulder. He stood up to get that shot off the shoulder. Oh, what's this? 1989. Fleur scores as a Nordique against Montreal. Even better. Look at that. 6 seasons, 50-plus goals. He was a good goal scorer. Boston has it. Takes a shot. 2 shots at Montembeault from a sharp angle. He just stood there. He stood his ground. Let them bounce off of him. Boston still has control in Montreal's zone. Okay, now Montreal's going to exit with control. They'll chip it in. Chip and chase. Savard, now it's at the point. A shot. That was close to being deflected. Point shot that... Now Boston just clears it in. Headman past Gallagher. And he just throws it behind the net. Who returns the favor? Gallagher tried to center it, but it went off the net. Gallagher's going to the bench. He looks like he got the puck in on him, or what happened? Montreal still forechecking. Pitlick's got it now. He puts it back behind the net. Montreal now putting the pressure on, but pass hit a Boston player and out of the zone. What they need to do, they have to somehow, when they have control in the zone, somehow get a chance on net. It seemed too many times that they get it around the zone. They got control. They back and forth. And then in the end, it ends up with no shot and no chance. Montreal puts it in again. Anderson coming with speed. Tries to strip. Who's number 6? I don't have a 6. Unless it's a forward. Nope. Oh, Montreal's getting... Well, somebody's getting a penalty. Are they both going to go? Let's see what happens. I have not seen Marchand this hot. He all game somebody's gotten under his skin. Something awful. He is really livid out there. They're really frustrating. I mean, he's usually the one frustrating the other team, but he seems hot under the collar right now. And that is not an easy feat to do. It was Anderson really getting under his skin. Wow. That's impressive. Good on Montreal to turn it around on Marchand. I don't know what they talked about before the game and how to get under his skin, but whatever they're doing, it's working. This guy is not a happy camper. We're in a commercial break again. Why don't are we 10 minutes in? Let's take a look around the league and see what's happening. We do have a couple of interesting games. One of them has started already. It's the Minnesota-Nashville game. And it's only really important because Nashville is tied with Dallas. And, I mean, Nashville controls their destiny. If they win the game, then they don't have anything to worry about. But if they lose the game, then all of a sudden things get more interesting. And it's tied 1-1 at the end of the first between Nashville and the Wild. Maple Leafs and Capitals are also tied. All right. So you got 3 cross checks. Marchand, high stick. Another cross check by Anderson. Marchand's kind of gives them a little cross check back. All right. So do we get offsetting penalties? Because it did look like both of them got it. Yeah, it looks like I think it's 4-on-4. Yes. 4-on-4. They both go. Anderson probably for cross-checking and Marchand for high sticking is my guess. Suzuki, Caulfield, Romanov, and Savard. And Suzuki has control inside Boston zone. As they pass it back and forth, Caulfield, they really have been pressuring Caulfield. They wonder if they're thinking that he'll cough up the puck if he has too much pressure on him. Montreal putting a lot of motion going on right now, trying to confuse Boston. This is what they should be doing for their power play. Actually, the last power play, Caulfield, the little dancing move to get by. No. 1 against 3, you're not going to win that battle. It was going wide. DeBrusque with a shot, but it was going wide. So the fact that Montembeault missed it wasn't a big deal. Nice glove save, Montembeault. Solid. Montembeault's been solid. Don't fault him on any of those 3 goals. Not saying, I mean, it would have been nice if he made those saves, but he makes the saves that you expect him to make when, if he's not used too much. When he's like used sporadically, he'll make those saves you expect him to make. And the other ones, he just, I mean, remember that first period one? That could have easily gone in. And then that would have broke the game open. It would have been 3-0 at the end of the first period, and the game it would thought would have been over. So who do we have? We have Hoffman and Evans. Hoffman knocked it down, but right to a Boston player. One thing you don't have is you don't have Marchand here. Hall is out there for Boston. Put a shot in, but Montembeault with the solid save. Again, 30 shots for Boston already. Montembeault, again, solid. Good saves all around. Don't fault him on any of those three that went in. Let's see who they put out there now. How much time is left? So only 7 seconds left. So you have Anderson out there. You might put out Anderson's line. Oh. McAvoy scored right off the draw, and now it's 4-1. And I was just saying Montembeault had made all the saves you expect of him. I don't know if he got screened here, but yeah, he just reacted late. Maybe the high Montreal player was trying to block it. Might have screened him a little bit. But I think he has to have that one. Let's see. This might give a better. Yeah, it's if you're gonna go out and block the shot, block the shot. Dvorak goes out and screens his old goaltender and doesn't block the shot. And it just goes right through him and right through Montembeault. Yeah, on second look on that, that's more Dvorak's fault. If you're gonna go out and block his view, you block the shot. You make sure. Otherwise, just Montembeault can stop those ones from that distance. He doesn't need your help. So now we're 3-goal lead. It's a big uphill climb on a second of a back-to-back. We got a minute left in the period. I mean, I'm even tired. So you can imagine how much energy you're going to have to expend to try and come back from a 3-goal deficit. Oh, picked off at the line by Montreal. They do have control. 49 seconds left. Suzuki dangling. Caulfield with the shot. That was stopped by Swayman. Hoffman back to the point. Oh, couldn't get the one-timer. Good stick by Boston there on a seam pass. Then nothing's going to happen. 20 seconds to go. And dumped in with 7 seconds to go. And we're at the end of the second period. All right, so we'll end our poll. Should Montreal pick up a high-ranking free agent? But here's a better question that I wanted to do. And we're going to do, again, 2 short polls. At the 10-minute mark, I'm going to do a 4th poll. So I'm going to try and keep this format going. So it's like extra poll in the third period just to keep things exciting, especially now that it's 4-1. The better question is, what do the Habs need the most in a free agent? Okay, so we're going to give several answers here. So one would be a winger. Second is a centerman. And number 3 is going to be a defenseman. Should I add a goalie? Because I don't think that's a. I mean, I'll add it in, but I don't. I think that's pretty obvious that you don't want to get a goalie because you already have Price with a $10.5 million cap hit. So why would you put another large cap hit on a goalie? You know, in the end, that actually, I'll put it out there. But really, the goalie is not an option. So what do the Habs need most in a free agent? Do they need a winger? Do they need a centerman? Actually, I should have said power forward. I should have done like the type of, because just doing it by position. I mean, it should have said forward, defense, or goalie, or should have said power forward, goal scorer, playmaker. I wonder. Maybe I'll end the poll. Let's see what. Yeah, and poll. I didn't keep that poll up for long because I want to change the poll. So instead of by position, I'm going to say what kind of player. What kind of player does Montreal need, or does Montreal need from the free agent market? This is going to be, so we'll talk power forward. If I don't cover every single option, you can always add your own. So the other one will be a playmaker. Add an option. Goal scorer. I can only do 4 options, so I'm just going to make the last option a defenseman. And that would imply that it's a good defenseman. I mean, the two that you could do is offensive and defensive. Actually, I'll say defensive. Well, I'll just say defenseman. We'll just put that up there. All right. What kind of player does Montreal need from the free agent market? Do we need a power forward? Do we need a playmaker? Do we need a goal scorer? Or do we need a defenseman? And defenseman, I really mean a defenseman, or someone who can keep the puck out of the net, someone who can keep players from creating opportunities in the zone, like someone who's good in their own zone. Not talking about, someone with a lot of offensive talent. I would put that in as a playmaker. Like an offensive defenseman would be more of a playmaker. So the playmaker doesn't have to be a forward. Playmaker could be a good D who sets up plays, particularly on the power play. I should qualify that. A playmaker doesn't have to be a forward. Can be an offensive defenseman. All right, so just to qualify that. So there are your choices. Oh, what happened to my game? My feed shut down. I have to restart it. All right, so fortunately, it was intermission when it shut down. This happens occasionally with my Wi-Fi. It drops out every now and again. There we are, Bruins Canadiens. All right, so what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to take a short break. And then we'll go over who I've noticed and who I haven't. And do I notice them for the right reasons or not? Well, that's what we'll discuss when I come back. Oh, get my sign up. we go. All right, I am back. So let's talk about who we noticed in this. Anderson's been noticeable. He started in the first period. He's impressed me more in the second period. Who have I not noticed? Well, I was going to say Gallagher, but he did have those opportunities on the power play on the second unit. He's been dogged. Just hasn't had the puck much. Caulfield did have that opportunity at the near the end of the period, his best chance all game. He was the guy who lost Holla on the third goal, so that's a little bad. And Dvorak was the one who put the block that he didn't block, and what he did block was Montembeault's vision, who couldn't see the puck, which resulted in the fourth goal. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, Boston has had a lot of shots, but I mean, they've scored 4, and I would say they had 8, maybe 9 high quality, not high quality, quality chances. We'll call them quality chances. So they have had some opportunities, but it just really hasn't seemed like for how many shots is it? 30, 31 shots? More LaFleur highlights here. For 30, 31 shots, it just hasn't seemed like a ton of scoring chances. I mean, it's not like Boston's been all over Montreal this game. Yeah, they've been the better team. They've been the better team, and they've really limited Montreal's chances. As even though Boston hasn't had a ton of chances, they haven't given Montreal many chances at all. Save that power play, the 2 power plays, the first one at the beginning of the period, and the one in the middle-ish of the period that they had, where they generated a ton of chances but couldn't score. It was a 4-on-3 that turned into a 5-on-4. They had a 4-on-3 for a long time. I think it was over a minute. So Dauphin, I mean, The Dauphin line, I'm thinking. I haven't seen them generate much. And Gallagher, Dvorak, Pitlick. Pitlick's been digging it out. So I have seen him. The other two, or sorry, it wasn't Dvorak. That's Evans. I have the arrows here. Yeah, Evans is on that line. Evans, Gallagher, and Pitlick. And it's Dvorak, Anderson, and Perot. What I was saying before is that Caulfield, it seems like whenever he gets the puck, there's like two Boston players right in his face. They're not giving him any time and space at all. That quick little pass from, I believe it was Suzuki who gave him the pass, and he did a quick one timer. That was, I mean, literally the only chance he had. Save the power plays where even then when he got the puck, they were rushing to get on him. They were trying to make him panic and give up the puck. I think that they must think that that's the strategy to deal with Caulfield is to pressure him right away so he can't have that time to make a play. And this is why I said it's important to have a power forward on that line with Suzuki and Caulfield. Because that power forward can make people back away, back people off to give Suzuki and Caulfield the time and space to work with the puck. Hoffman is not that player. Hoffman wants to play with the puck and take shots and stuff. And when Caulfield gets it, he's just not getting the time and space right now. I noticed that in the two periods. And I think that's why that line, I said it was going to have trouble against Boston tonight. And for that reason, I think for the third period, it would make sense. Anderson's having a great game. Put him on that line. Put him on a line with Suzuki and Caulfield and make it a really top heavy line to generate some chances. Get Anderson to back off the Bruins players so that Suzuki and Caulfield have time and space to work with the puck so they're not being pressured all the time. Lagesson. I haven't noticed him at all tonight. I've seen Harris a couple times. Well, when you get into the lineup as a defenseman, I guess unless it's for an offensive reason, you really don't want to get your name not getting noticed is actually a good thing. You don't want to be seen as the one giving up the goals. So in that respect, I haven't noticed Lagesson, so that must be mean that he's having a decent game. Let's see if he was on the ice for any of the goals against. Let's look at oops. All right, so Canadiens. L. Lagesson. There he is. Nope. O's across the board. So that's good for him. He gets into a game. He's not on 4 goals against. He's not on the ice for any of those goals against. And they were all even strength goals. So that is good for him. Was his part? So no, I don't know how much ice time they've had. I'm sure they've had some though. Ooh, he's had 9 minutes. And Harris also 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway for Harris. He's been on 837. So Hoffman's a -2. Yeah, that's after he had a pretty decent first period. 1 shot, 1 hit for Hoffman, 1 giveaway. And we all know what happened there. Who else? Let's take a look. See what the stats are. Who else is Edmondson's a -2? You know, when Edmondson was doing well, he was a really high plus player. That does kind of surprise me that he's a -2 tonight. Petrie is also a -2. Kind of makes sense. They're on the same line. Romanov -1. Caulfield's a -2. Trying to think what other goal he was out there for. His line was out there for. But I believe them. Suzuki -2, same line. Not surprising. So I guess we know which line's having the problem. Suzuki and Caulfield and Hoffman all -2. Yeah, you're on ice for the 2 of the goals against. That's not good. And you haven't scored yourself. Who's the other line? That's it's the Pitlick, Evans Gallagher, right? But Evans doesn't have a minus. It's Gallagher. Nope. Must mean there was a change. Evans was on the ice when another line was out there. So let's check the Perot and Anderson. Anderson was out there for a goal, but the goal was on a power play, so it doesn't count the plus minus. Let's see. Yes, Dvorak's a -1, but he wouldn't have been on the ice at the same time as Evans. Okay. Well, maybe they were. Oh, no, they were each on the ice for the 1 goal against. Just doesn't seem to add up because I can't seem to find. Well, first of all, there's Anderson. He's 0, yeah. Can't seem to find all the minuses. Dvorak, Romanov, Petrie. Odd. All right. So have they changed the lineup? Because that line's a -2, and although they've done some good things, they've done some bad things too. And it looks that was out of play. It looks like they still have the Hoffman line out there. Oh, we got a comment. Pudchill said, "Is that I can't?" But Pudchy says hi. I hope I said that right. Correct me if I didn't. Pudshii. It looks like. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing glasses, so I am. Oh, might even help if I pull this in a little closer to see it properly. All right, so we're back in action. Caulfield trying to play a little forecheck. A turnover there by Boston, but Boston gains back control, and it's outside the zone again. Hoffman puts it back inside the zone. Couple of shots, but both of them didn't make it through for Montreal. And now Boston coming up. Montemos's glove he's been on it with the glove. I almost blamed him for the 4th goal, but on the replay, you could clearly see Dvorak goes down to block the shot and takes away Montemos's vision, and he reacts late, and it's in the net. This is amazing. The second wild card, Washington Capitals, have 99 points. Pitlick up there with and nothing comes of that. They had 3 men coming in, Pitlick leading the charge, and it just Boston stands them up and they can't penetrate and get something going. And now they're in the zone with control. Gallagher tries a spin move, but gets stripped. icing on Boston. This is a tough uphill climb for Montreal, especially second of a back-to-back. Always better with the lead because it's so hard. Your legs, they're just not working like they do on a normal game. Just having trouble generating that energy. All Boston has to do is forecheck 1-4. And Boston wins that draw. Montreal's forechecking, though, trying to get the puck. It's been a hard battle. And they don't win it. Boston gets the puck. Montreal at their own blue line, trying to get the puck in. Dvorak gets it. Oh, through like 3 sticks, tried to hit Anderson. Dvorak again with it. Now at the point, Savard, I think. Oh, no, it's not Savard. It's Harris. Oh! Who was that? Lagesson takes a shot. Lagesson. At least he gets a... Did it hit Swayman? He at least gets a shot on goal. And that's the Dauphin line. So it was Anderson who set up the play. If it was Anderson, then who was it? Pizzetta who took the shot? It was a good shot. Montreal won the draw with a shot. And Boston clears. Lazar and Lagesson. Montreal clears it right back in. Got the fourth line out there. Back to the point. Puts it in the high slot. Montreal still with control. Takes a shot through traffic. Swayman with the save. Oh, they didn't call. Oh, that was close. That's a delay of game. Clear out. Now Montreal goes to the power play. This is their chance to get back into the game. That's got to feel awful. You flick it, and it's like as soon as it happens, you catch it wrong, and you're like, oh no, I didn't just do that. Look at this. It's just up on end, and he just look at him. It's just like, oh no. He knows it. I hate to laugh because it's a horrible feeling. Let Montreal with control. Right off the draw, they score! Is that Hoffman? Hoffman! Yeah! That's he's getting his touch back. That was just right off the draw. Back to, is it Petrie? Yeah. And then right, like it's set play. Petrie in the center. Hoffman backs off. Great shot. Nice one-timer. And it's 4-2. I think he's got a little bit of a swagger back. And now, so that is 2 power play goals for Montreal tonight. When was the last time Montreal had multiple power play goals in a game? I could not tell you. I cannot remember when the last time was. Maybe somebody out there can. As a matter of fact, we have some comments here. Pudsey, how are you? I'm good. They are losing on purpose. They want to get the first pick to get a good prospect. To tell you the honest truth, I don't know they're losing on purpose, which that's the worst part. It certainly helps that they're losing, but I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. Oh. Boston has been so good at coming back after they get scored on. Montreal, Boston scores 2 goals. Montreal comes back and makes it 2-1. It's going to be a game. No, Boston scores again and again. It makes it 4-1. Now Montreal 4-2, and they start putting the pressure on again. It's like it looks like they just want to kill it by getting another goal. But now Montreal's coming out of the zone. So here's an interesting stat. Not regulation, even strength play, Boston's winning 4-0. In the specialty, stop by Montembeault. 2-on-1. He comes in with the backhand, but Montembeault stays with the shooter and stopped them. That's good. It was Coyle. Oh, nice play. Who's that? Pitlick. Picked the puck off in the zone, walks right all the way from his own end all the way up into Boston's end and has a shot on goal. Well, we have a hockey game now. Hoffman, who's been a goat for the last couple of games, finally puts one in. Maybe he can become a hero. So Pudsey says, goal. Yes. Yes, I was so happy. It didn't take very long on the power play. They win the draw literally 3 seconds later, and it's in the net. All right, we have a face-off win again. Montreal's been winning some draws here. Lagesson trying to pressure. Oh. Montreal trying to forecheck here, trying to get the puck. Tough job against Boston. That was tipped by Anderson. Ooh, that was close. Oh. 3-on-2 now, though. And nothing happens because of it. Montreal takes it right back out, or at least trying to. And they make changes here. It can't really generate anything. Now you have a 3-on-2 again. But Dauphin takes it off Marchand's stick, so that's good. Long shot on Montembeault. Was pretty easy save for him. Oh, stood up at the blue line. Is that Dauphin? And they flick it in. I think you're going to have to dump and chase. Boston's just standing up at the blue line. Yes! Suzuki! And now it's 4-3. Who dug it out of the corner? Passed it right. Suzuki all alone in the slot. Makes no mistake, and it's 4-3. And because it's 4-3, my under bet didn't succeed. Actually, it didn't succeed after the 4-2 goal. Pizzetta and Perot. Pizzetta and Perot forechecking, get the puck out to Suzuki, who come. This is the thing. You get the guy off the bench. Nobody picked him up. That's what happened. Suzuki is the fresh guy on the ice. And here comes Boston again. Again. Do they practice this? It's like as soon as they get scored against, they're like aggressive. Shot bot was it blocked? Yeah. Hoffman put it right into a Boston player, but Montreal has control. That is icing? Yep. 12:07 left. Suzuki. Pudgy says Suzuki. Yes. Suzuki came off the bench. That's what he was with. Perot and Pizzetta were in the corner. They dug the puck out, and nobody picked him up coming into the zone. And he was wide open in front of the net, buried it. Those plays are when, if you can set them up that way with a guy coming off the bench, you see that happen more often than not, where he's not picked up by a defender, and he usually ends up getting a great scoring chance, if not a goal. Oh, nice pass there. Was that Romanov take? Gallagher with the shot. I think, are we going to get a 4-on-4 here? A little roughing them. Gallagher and whoever the defender was trying to throw some punches at him. All right, we have a commercial break. So, what looked pretty depressing. Remember last night? St. Louis had a 4-1 lead, although it was in the second period when Arizona started coming back. Can we have a similar situation here? Can Montreal actually take their 31st place back? At this rate, it is likely that fourth overall pick is definitely a guarantee. I think it is a guarantee because they cannot catch Seattle, and Seattle's in 30th place. So Montreal right now, the worst they can do is fourth overall. So drawing a. So Suzuki with the goal and Hoffman, right? So that was their first even strength goal, by the way. So we have Anderson, Hoffman, and Suzuki for Montreal. And we definitely have a game now. I'd be interested. Actually, I can see the shots because I can use my phone while we're in commercial break. So let's see. So Montreal has 22 shots. Bruins have 37 shots. So it looks like Montembeault is going to face 40 plus shots this game. I think Boston's strategy must be, like, I know they have guys that can really like shoot the puck and stuff, but I think what they try to do is they try and throw the puck at the net and just rely on their tenacious play, like strength on their sticks and stuff to get those second chance opportunities. Because they have put a lot of shots on net, but I don't think a lot of them. I mean, the shots. See, there's another one. That's not hard. That's not a hard shot to save. And they've done a lot of those shots. So 38 is kind of deceiving in terms of high quality scoring chances. No, don't get me wrong, they've had some. They've had at least a dozen, 10 to 12 chances. But you look at the 38 to 22 and you would say Boston is really like all over Montreal, and that is not the case. It's been a much closer game than that shot total indicates. Bruins control the draw. Montreal gets control of the puck. Oop, for a little while. They're quick on their sticks so that Montreal gets it out. But they need to do more than just clear it. A lot of hitting on the boards. Montreal comes away with the puck out of their zone, and they're coming out. Edmondson with the blast from the point from Gallagher behind the net. That was Montreal back in the zone. Oh, Pitlick. Oh, he tried to center it. It got deflected. And now point shot. Oh, Anderson tried to kick it up from his skate to his stick and backhand it. I think it's just a little too much. A little too hard. He couldn't do it. That was from a point shot, and here they come again. Offside. We got an exciting game here. This is fun. Look at this pit. Gets it off of Clifton's stick. Couldn't pass it. Good stick by Clifton. But that almost went in off Clifton's stick. That was close, right near the post. Boston has control. And another stoppage in play as Anderson puts it into the crowd. I want to have a win from one broadcast anyway. Oh, I said are we at 10 minutes? We are at 10 minutes. Let's stop the poll. We'll do it right after. So let's end this poll. So a playmaker was the answer from 2 votes, both for playmaker. Yeah, I can see that. I think one of the things missing, especially on the power play, is a quarterback, somebody who can direct traffic, someone who can make plays out of the zone. I think that's a good choice. I think we had icing here. So I'm going to end the poll. So let's what's our next poll? Okay, I got to think of a poll here. Oh, giveaway by Suzuki, but it goes outside the zone. Yeah, I thought it was Boston who put it down or went off a Boston stick. And Boston's coming back. Good passing to get in the zone, but couldn't get through the D. All right, let's ask the obvious question. Will this game go to overtime? Oops, I'm typing in the chat. I didn't do a poll. Do that. There we go. Will this game go to overtime? Let me get this in quickly. Here comes Montreal into the zone. Harris has it on the point. Oh, gets stripped though by Boston. If he doesn't get back, it's 2, 3, 4 on 1. Oh, Montembeault with a good save off Lazar, I think they said. Yeah. They had 4. Montreal did get 1 player back, but they have 4 coming in. So it's effectively a 4-on-1 because the other player couldn't get into the play. And a slot shot by Lazar, but Montembeault with a glove save. Mark that one down. Will that be the game changer? All right, so we're in commercial break again. So let's go back to the odds before the game. So we had Boston winning by 2 or more goals on the puck line. That's a minus 115. Montreal either losing by a goal, which is the one I took, Montreal losing by a goal, or winning the game, minus 105. The over under was 6. We're now at 7, so the over is the winner. And that was even money. 100. It was 100. The money line was Boston minus 300, Montreal plus 240. And at this rate, I mean, as I said, you could have taken just a flyer on that because the payout was so great for Montreal. 100 for 200, you win 240. And in any of these games, you can any team can beat any other team. I mean, yeah, it's more likely Boston wins, but those odds are pretty heavy in favor of Boston. You want to take a flyer? You could have taken a flyer before the game. I don't know what the odds are now, but you know, before the game, you could have put 100 down, make 240. So I lost already on the under, which I chose, but Montreal either losing by a goal or winning the game is still an option. Montreal has it back in the zone. They're forechecking. They've been really dogged on the puck, and Boston's really good at digging pucks out. Montreal's been giving it everything they got to try and get it. A little soccer style there from, I believe it was Petrie, trying to soccer kick the puck into the zone. It was Petrie. Is that a call? Oh, fans don't like that. Like 7 players on the ice at once, and the puck went right into all of them. Edmondson, I think, did it on purpose, put it into all the as they were changing. Ooh, Gallagher still has the puck, but nothing came of that. They clear it back in, get back on the forecheck. Oh, oh, who's that? Gallagher. Eh, Gallagher takes it again. It was great setup by Evans. Set him up, and Gallagher just takes the one timer. Oh, did Swayman make that save? That was just an incredible play. Yeah, it was Swayman who made the save. Here comes Caulfield. He tries a shot. Hoffman to Caulfield. He seems to be moving around a lot more time and space than he had the first 2 periods. I think Montreal's backing off. Caulfield digging it out. Oh, Harris tried to take a one-timer and kind of fanned on it. And Boston clears it out. So good pressure there. Suzuki coming into the zone with some speed. Forechecking. Anderson has it. Tyler Pitlick just took a shot. Good pad save by Swayman. We are getting really excited here. This game is good. Look at the cheering by the Montreal faithful. Now Boston coming into Montreal zone. Montreal picks it up, and they're coming out of the zone. That was onside. Montreal with control now. Turns and fires off a stick, but favorable bounce. Montreal still has it. Anderson with the shot. It went wide. Now Boston takes it out of the zone. Let's see if Montreal can exit the zone cleanly. Looks like they can. They're really passing it around now. Oh, Gallagher had Pitlick in front, but he couldn't get it to him. Is that onside? Montreal with control in their zone. Ooh, nice exit. Coming up the ice with some speed. Evans, I think it is. Romanoff on the point. Just wrists it in there, but it went off a Boston player, and Boston has control. 4:24 left. Another fans not liking something. Was it another too many men possibility? I don't know. Pucci says, "What a save by Montembeault." Yeah, I agree. Great save. On Lazar. As I said, mark that one down. Montreal comes back. That save allowed them to stay in the game. And we have a vote. Will this game go to overtime? We're in commercial break, by the way. You're watching Rob. What? Watch Habs hockey in Rob's crazy house. Will the game go to overtime? We have one vote says yes. And I mean, you can't get any better than this. One goal. Can Montreal come back and tie it? Can it go to overtime? This is so exciting against a long-standing rival, and this has been a rivalry game. This game has had everything. I mean, Montreal got Marchand a little hot-headed. Marchand is the one who gets under the skin of their opponents, and Montreal's gotten under his skin. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. This has had hits. There's been rough stuff after the whistle. A hit by Petrie gets the Bruins upset. They go after him. He draws a couple penalties on it. You've had goals in this game. A comeback. We're within a goal. At least we have an exciting game before the end of the season. This is all you can ask for. Oh, that's what the fans were booing about. Bergeron catches Gallagher with his stick. It's definitely a high stick. Montembeault staying strong. Keeps the puck from Hoffman. Just puts it on a Bruin stick in the Bruin zone. Montreal puts it back in, trying to get it on the forecheck. Oh, Suzuki picked it off. But Caulfield just trying to get the puck. Hoffman picks it up. Oh, he tried to put it on Suzuki's stick. Now it's at the point. Deflected, and it's in the corner. Caulfield pulls it out of the corner. Oh, he was trying to go short side high. Oh, and he had room. I saw it. He had room. He just missed. He had him. There was a little opening there. He had it, and he just missed it. What a skill player. Are they going to show it again? Come on, show it. I mean, it was very close. And if I can pick it up sitting this far away from my broadcast, that means there was room. Dvorak has it with Anderson, takes a shot, blocked. Anderson has it back. Petrie on the point. Edmondson with the drive and sitting there right in the crease. Come on. Anderson. Oh, he lost it. Keep on him. Keep on him. Boston with control now. Oh, Montreal puts it right back. Oh, Good stick, Boston. Anderson has it again at the blue line. Oh man. One of the things, I mean, I've known it for like seasons now, but Boston's really good with their sticks. They have them in the right position. You try and make moves, they'll just pick it off. Is that was icing? Yeah, I thought so. It was shot. Thought he shot it from inside of center. 2:32. What an exciting game. Caulfield almost tied the game. That's how close it was. He pulls it. I mean, he made a credible move to dig it out of the corner, avoid the check, pulls it to the goal line, and almost roofs it. Montreal with control here. Another guy. This time Boston got clipped by a stick. Montreal try. High stick, make contact with the puck. 2:20, and the faceoff's going to be in Boston zone. Question: is it too early to pull the goalie? Might. Oh yeah, right. So 2 high sticking penalties missed there, 1 for each team. Oh, they are going to pull him. They have the zone. Canadiens have been good on the draws tonight. Who is Dvorak? Yeah. Dvorak's going to take the draw. They've pulled the goalie. 2:20 remaining. Try and get this game tied up. And Boston fights its way to win the draw. But they fanned on it, trying to get it out. Oh, but they get the control back. Another Hoffman just saved a goal. So so Hoffman gets a goal, saves a goal. That might have went in. That might have went in. So now Montembeau's back in because it's in Montreal zone after the high stick make contact. Now they got to come out with control. Caulfield takes it away. I assume they're going to pull the goalie right now. Oh, no, they didn't. 1:33 remaining. Oh, behind the back pass. I think it was it Suzuki trying that or a defenseman? 1:17. Montembeau's still in. Montreal's trying. Petrie dangling through the neutral zone, but you should learn the thing that made you successful for the comeback was passing through the neutral zone, making short, crisp passes to get the puck going. Montembeau's coming out. 52 seconds left. They dump it in. Now it's in the zone. They're working it. Gallagher let the puck go. Petrie's up top. And a big scrum in front after Swayman made the save. And we have 26 seconds left. Oh, exciting. My heart. I have so little to cheer for this season. Just at least give me a Boston overtime. Yeah, they're going to call a timeout here. Got to give them credit. Down 4-1, they could have just packed it in. Just said, but especially back-to-back games, just pack it in. That's over. Let's just go for the next one. And they courageously came back, get a power play goal from Hoffman, an even strength goal from Nick Suzuki, 4-3. Got 26 seconds left to try and tie this game. You're still in it. Gutsy effort. Yeah. I mean, even if they don't win this game, this has been a game they've been lacking lately. Just one with a gutsy effort like that. One with energy and spirit. Maybe it takes a Boston game to get them up like that. This is it, though. It all comes down to this. And hope they talked about a set play off the draw, maybe. You got Caulfield, Suzuki, Pitlick, Anderson. They got 5 forwards out there. Maybe 1 defenseman. Oh. Oh. No, the game's over. Bergeron empty net scores. Well, and the worst part is it's not a 1-goal game. It's not a Boston 1-goal win. So both of my bets are all gone. Well, that sucks. It would have been nice to see them come back. But this is why Boston is in the playoffs. I mean, just every time Montreal had the puck, a Boston player was on it, just trying to strip them in those last 26 seconds. This is why they're in the playoffs, because they don't allow teams to come back. I mean, that was bad enough. They allowed Montreal to get 2 goals. 42-26, the shots. Well, I still do not have a win on these streams. We got 2 more games to go. Am I going to get a win? Am I? Is it going to happen? Another disappointing game. And the only consolation prize, if there is one, is that Montreal still has the best chance of first overall. If they lose the next 2 games, can you believe it? That's 9 in a row. And I meant to check this. Let me go back to their schedule. Were any of those games in overtime? Because I don't. What am I looking at? Oh. Yeah, I want to go to their schedule. Did they lose any of those games in overtime? Let's go way back. All right, so there's the last win. Philadelphia 4-3. Is that the last win? Oh, no, maybe I'm going back too far. New Jersey Devils, they beat 7-4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 9 games in regulation. Not lost 9 in a row, and they were all in regulation. And that is what it takes to be a last place team in the NHL. Well, I guess that does it for me. Our poll, where did that go? Will it go into overtime? It did not. Okay. So I'll be back here on Wednesday night. We'll be doing this again. Watch Habs hockey in Rob's crazy house. Until then, adios.